It's Todd there, me here, Hudson, and Johnny's on our couch. We've got our numbers for this week, VOMP, VO numbers. So, Johnny, you do what you do best and start us off.
All right. So we had 26 warm responses this week, 5 auditions, and 2 were jobs reported. So that's Jennifer Keister and Todd Haskell. So, yeah, that's where we're at with the numbers.
And none of those auditions turned into reported jobs?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Andy sent out over 1,100 emails this week for our roster, and Drew's making cold calls. So
nice.
Fishing. Yep.
Moving that boulder up.
And after this, you're heading back over to VOMP World Global Headquarters.
Global Headquarters, yep.
And you're going to talk with Drew. He wants you to come because he wants you to follow up with a couple of them, right? So he must have gotten through. And
good news.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
it's been a while since we've done, in all transparency, it's been a while since we've done cold calling because we were waiting on our website, and we're still waiting on that. We're still it's in the works. We want to make sure that potential clients can go there and purchase the voiceover people that are on our roster.
Yeah.
Right from there. But we're having a few
kind
bugs.
Of working out the kinks.
But it's still up, and it's still gaining, people are still getting jobs from it, and Drew has just started making cold calls again because it's like, we're just going to go do it,
Yep. Yeah.
Put it off for a while.
Yeah, little bit of a long story short, the roster we started the business in August of 2020, but we didn't start the roster until the following year, and I can't remember, 2021. I think it was beginning of 2021, so it's a little bit younger.
Early spring, yep.
But we have it the way that we first built it, the website out. So it's not like we've always been working on getting more traffic there, and it's like our business. We're trying to get more traffic to the people that we are emailing, direct email marketing on behalf of. So we're pushing that boulder up the hill too with the roster. But yeah, what you said earlier is what we've come up with as an idea to make it a more ease of use for the clients, because a few people have gotten back to us and said it'd be nice to be able to buy or purchase
right on the
website the talent that we have, and so we're working diligently on that. We're in contact with the person who built the website, and then is now doing the website roster thing. I mean, I think it's a fairly big, good-sized project, so it's just a matter of, I think it's a functionality thing. From what I gather, it's a little over my head with IT, but you don't want it to have glitches or issues with it, because while we can't purchase right now on the website, it's not like there's these, all of a sudden you get to that and then something happens on the payment side of things.
Yes, exactly.
And so we don't want to have a headache on that end of things. So we're working on it. We hope to have it in the future, the near future here.
Be a nice feature.
Yeah, it'll be a nice feature to be able to go right on. And I think it'd be another way for us another hopefully marketing effort that'll be really nice to send out to all the clients all the emails that Andy's sending out on our behalf.
To production companies and stuff, to let them know that there's an ease of use.
Yep, and then the cold calls that Drew is doing. So it's a work in progress. It's where we wanted it at this, it's where we built it out to be.
Yeah, right.
So it's not like people are getting shorted on that. We're working hard to getting that going, but we're trying to make it more user-friendly, and we're just trying to make sure that it's not a problem for the users, like functionally wise. I think functionality, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but we're trying to make sure that's right. So that's what we're working on, and that's why for a while we held off, like you said, because we thought maybe it was going to be a little bit sooner than it is, but it sounds like it's going to be a little bit more of a project than it once was thought. So we're just going to go at it, marketing even more.
So we did our video Todd's Tips. Okay. And then we have you come up and be a part of this. And in between, it wasn't that long, I was out on the lawnmower.
Oh.
My John Deere lawnmower.
John Deere.
Mowing my lawn. and great thoughts come to my mind because you just have that white noise, gray noise, or whatever
day
it is.
out here
Beautiful
in near Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, it is. And the thing that I've been meaning to talk to you Vompers and anybody else that watches this is, and it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. Nobody feels bad. Nobody has their feelings hurt. It really, in one sense, doesn't matter. But I'm just bringing it up just so that we can be on the record and make sure that everything is just how it should be, and how it is. And so here we have people almost always saying that I'm the owner of VO Marketing Pro. I am not the owner of VO Marketing Pro. I don't own any of it. All 6 of my sons own shares or a share in it, an equal part of it. Some of you get paid to do it. You and Joe Bob especially get paid. Damon gets paid. And so I do this because I want to do it for voiceover talent. It's a way to get back. I know it works. Direct email marketing works. I want other people to have take advantage of it. And I want my son's business to go and grow. And so for those 2 reasons, but
You're more of a consultant. You're kind of
Unpaid consultant.
I'm Colonel Sanders.
Yes.
Is who I am. If you know the story. I mean, he started Kentucky Fried Chicken,
Dad's a
basically.
mascot.
Yeah, but right.
Not really.
But he didn't run it, and I think there was people behind the scenes that were CEO and president, and he just was the guy that was on camera, the old man that used to be. Now they have different people playing it. Not to get off on that, but the point being is I don't own any of VO Marketing Pro. I just am your dad, and so I like to talk about it. And you guys have allowed me to be part of the.
You're kind of our
things
poster
like that.
boy too, because you've been in voiceover,
Yeah.
and so we defer to you on some of the voiceover stuff. But yes, we some of us more than
I didn't
others.
mean to, it's again, who cares in one sense, but people often say, Todd Barsness is the owner. Well, I'm an owner, but vicariously, if you will, through you guys.
Yes.
So
That doesn't bother us either way. But
as long as we get jobs for voiceover
yeah, exactly.
talent.
Yeah. Then we'll yeah.
Who cares?
as there's
Who
success,
cares? Yep.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead with my numbers if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
This week was better than last week. As you recall, last week, choked up about it. As you remember last week, I made $15 on voiceover. So this week I had 3 warm responses. I had 2 auditions this week.
Nice.
Wow. So awesome. And then...
But none of them have turned into jobs yet,
No,
right?
and
So
then
those are out there.
So I had 2 auditions, and then another guy who said that he had a job for me, and he was just waiting for clearance from the client, which would be $100. I have it written down as a new client, but I haven't gotten the go-ahead yet, so I haven't put it in my numbers. So that $100 aside.
And just to interrupt you,
and
when you're in that position, and I've been in that position,
Nervous.
where you're nervous, but you also are like, when's he going to call me? When's he going to call me? When's he going to call me? Because you aren't that busy, and you know it's probably your job.
And I have had people say, hey, here's a job for you, or, I just need to wait to get,
clearance
approved
or,
clearance of it.
Mhm.
You never hear from them again.
Yeah.
Hope that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's in the balance right now. And then I had 3 jobs from a guy that I've worked with before. He sends me scripts, and I do them for $100, and it is what it is. So I got those early this week. And then I did 2 jobs on Upwork, 2 small jobs, one of $50 and one of $30. So I get $40 and $24 respectively. And then some editing for you for a grand total of $464. So if I get that $100 job, it'll put me over the 500.
Yep, which is what we're shooting for
Which I'm
per
shooting for.
week.
Yeah, so that was me.
Question for you on Upwork.
Yes.
I do not know.
Oh, tell people about your Upwork.
Well,
You're
I
going
will.
to.
Jonathan has always, he talked me into being on Fiverr. I'm glad he did. And he manages Fiverr. He put it all together and manages it. I do basically just the work of it. He manages the clients and takes care of things behind the scenes. Hudson is doing the same for me for Upwork. Question for you. They have experience, intermediate, and something else. Do they have? Beginner. Are you an experienced?
I call myself an experienced voiceover
because
talent.
You've been paid and yeah.
Well, I started out as a intermediate because I just have a hard time saying that I'm really experienced when I was within my first year, even. And then I thought, well, I'm starting to gain a little bit more traction, and I decided to put myself up there as an experienced. So
It's fine.
Yeah. So, but I didn't start out as that because I just don't like false advertising.
Yeah.
So,
But you're getting some traction on Upwork, and thanks to you, we look through the jobs I do almost every morning, and I gave one a heart, which means that you go in and you send it a proposal. That's what you have to do on Upwork. And I got that job. It was $1,000.
you almost passed me already in earnings. It
was wild. And it's a little bit like when somebody gets a job, the first month they send out direct email marketing. It's kind of like, just be easy now. So I have to do that with my Upwork. It's like my next job will be $45 or something like that. But I did get a job this week from Upwork, and that was my first job ever. It ended up being $850 because they take 15%, and I'm sharing 10% with
How much do I get
Hudson.
from that? Because I didn't put that down on my numbers.
$170.
Well, you're
$170
over
There you
500.
go.
There it is.
Hey, and it's worth it because you do a ton of work for me for Fiverr, and you do a ton of work for me for Upwork, and it makes me just be able to lazy around all week. So last week, just a little story here because I'm an old man and I like to tell stories. I lost a longtime client this week. I'd had it for almost 8 years. And I won't tell you who it is.
I know who it is.
Because, you know who it is. But I've done tens and tens of projects, probably in the 50s to 70s over the last 8 years for them. And they just contacted me last month and said, hey, we need a new noise floor for you. So I thought it was just go ahead. Well, they got back with me early this week and said, your noise floor is not good and your audio is too boxy.
Yeah, there you go.
So we can't have you anymore. And so I got back with them and I said, but nobody's ever complained. I've done tens and tens, probably 50 to 70
Jobs for them
over the last 8 years. And now all of a sudden, I haven't changed anything.
Your audio's only gotten better in those years.
Nothing has changed. And I explained to them that I work for hundreds of clients every year and nobody ever complains about it. And so the gal got back with me and said, basically, sorry, there's nothing we can do about it. So I just said, sorry,
Toodles.
I've had no complaints. I think this isn't right. I'm in the top, 1 to 3 percentile of people, what they make on voiceover, over 300,000 the last 3 years, and you won't accept my audio. It just seems weird to me. But I lost a longtime client, and I'm okay with that because I think it was.
That is a little bit
dumb,
ridiculous.
to be honest with you. And then I had a very warm lead and an audition from Bulgaria.
Wow.
And I think I'm going to have that job.
Bulgaria.
I had a very warm lead and an audition from North Carolina, and I think I have that job. That'll be next week. My platforms this week, $1,755.20. My direct email marketing, $7,318.44 for a total of $9,073.64.
So Fiverr wasn't very good for you this week. That's what that means, right? Pretty slow.
It was decent. 1,755 is decent for me. That's the platform.
But you Upwork. What did you get on Upwork?
Yeah,
that's
I got
part
Upwork.
of that, right?
Yeah.
And almost $1,000 on Upwork.
Yeah, true. Yep. And the total was, again, $9,073.64 for my week. And again, I don't get anything from VO Marketing Pro or coaching or anything like that. So that's voiceover work. So that was my week.
And there you have it. There's our numbers for this week. And have we decided what we're going to do next week for ours, since we have a little bit of a trip coming up?
Well, we've got a trip. We can say that, can't we? Can't we tell what we're gonna do?
This is part of this.
Yeah.
Let
Next
the VOMP
week.
know.
Well, you say it, Jonathan. It's your. It's not my company.
It's true.
Yeah, true.
So we are going down to the Cincinnati area, Ohio. And
The whole VOMP crew.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're going to go see Bill DeWeese.
Yeah, we are. Check it out.
So we're going down there for the weekend.
Hopes I'll have some pictures and some video with him. And and that's the first time
He's the voice of our podcast, too.
And I've known Bill for almost 13 years, a little over 13 years, followed his advice, applied the things. We were planning on doing a demo together when he was living in the Chicago area, and it just didn't happen because of COVID. Then he moved to the Cincinnati area, back to the Cincinnati area. And because of VOMP, we're going to see Bill, and we'd like to go see other people.
Be the first time we meet.
Yep. First time we meet Bill. Yep.
Yep.
So
So
that's
that'll be
coming
nice.
up this next week. So
Yeah, I guess if we were planning on the spot here, we could always do it Thursday.
yeah,
Like that,
true.
and
Yep.
just we've done that before, give the numbers and all that kind of stuff, and at least get that
We
out
could
there.
post them. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we could do that. You're right.
So
Yeah, so let's plan
we'll
on doing
probably
that. We can just do a Thursday number
Check
deal.
out our numbers Thursday. They'll be our Thursday numbers before Friday. So thanks for checking in with us, and thanks for coming over, John, and giving us the VOMP numbers, and Dad for telling us about your Todd's tips and everything like that. So we do have an interview with Greg Campbell that we're going to post this
nice.
week. So that'll be on our playlist just along with all the other VO stuff. So thanks again, and we'll see you later.